Welcome to Community Conversations. I am Queen Miss Ebony J, and you are listening to 1230 The Buzz, your talk station on 101.5, 101.1 The Wiz, and 100.3 Cincy's R&B station. If you've never listened to Community Conversations, this is a show where we come to talk about nonprofits and the great things that they're doing in the community to make a difference. And today I'm super excited because I got a king in the building. You see he a little swole, right? I got a king here who's coming to talk about the 30-day flip. Mr. Dwight Price, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good, ma'am. How you doing?
Happy Sunday. I'm doing great. I'm so glad to have you here. And just want to talk about your business. Like, oh my goodness, the 30-day flip. Oh, we're going to get into the of it. But tell me, how did you get started with this business?
Okay, the 30 day. It's actually the 30-day flip brothers. It's my partner and I. His name is Daryl, and we started out. We was doing janitorial work when it comes to this field of work. We was doing janitorial work, and every day, every night we out cleaning. I'm not really a night person. Daryl was a night person, so I tell Daryl, I said, man, listen, somebody at home sleep in their bed right now, making money out for us while we out cleaning these buildings. I said, Daryl, we got to figure out another way, man. I'm getting tired of this. I said, we're doing a great job. We got great reviews. Maybe we can start our own business, just cleaning buildings. So sooner or later, a woman put a post up on Facebook, and she said she was looking for some cleaners to clean two apartment complexes, Ashley Woods and Tower View in Cincinnati, Ohio. So we one thing I noticed, we separated ourselves from the rest because we went outside the box. Sometimes you got to think outside the box. So we inboxed the woman and said, ma'am, can we come and clean an apartment for free to show you what we can do? She said, for free. So you mean I don't owe you guys nothing, whether I like it or don't like it? So we said, no, you don't owe us nothing. So me, Daryl, our father, we went and cleaned the apartment. We knew we was gonna do a great job. So we hit a home run. She said, do you all have a tax ID number? We said no. She said insurance. We said no. She said, get the tax ID number, get the insurance, and you can start up with these two complexes. And I think they had over, I'm gonna say 600 apartments between the both of them. So that's how we got started with the 30-day flip brothers. But so actually we was working for her, cleaning apartments, and they were so behind. She then said, could you guys can y'all paint? We like, well, yeah, we can paint. We can't paint, but we can get some painters. So we ended up getting some painters. So in a matter of a month, I think we was doing trash outs. That was when somebody moved out, we would just have to take everything and throw it in the trash. So we started in a matter of a month. We went from just cleaning the properties to doing the total flips. So it's been just transition after transition. Like we kind of been leveling up since we opened up our first business, which was a Price's Renovation. And then it transferred into the 30-day flip brothers as we doing now. So that's where we come from. That's the background.
OMG. Talk about betting on yourself. Talk about wanting more. Like you all really went for it. You took that leap, and then she just took you all to the next level after that. Like that's so dope.
Absolutely, absolutely. We definitely believed in ourselves. And, I told her, I said, man, we can do this. We've been doing it for somebody else. So why not get this money ourselves? So when we started cleaning those apartments, we ended up getting up to the point where we had 22 employees. We actually had 22 people working for us. I knew Daryl because of our background. I said, man, there's some good people that come out of prison. So we went down to the VOA halfway house. We did a bunch of interviews. We ended up hiring, like I said, we got up to like 22. We had females that would clean apartments. We had guys, we did interviews, guys who were skilled painters, guys who can hang and finish drywall. So we assembled a team. We had some of our family members that was working as supervisors, making sure that people go in there, do what they're supposed to do. And we start turning about 20 apartments a week.
Wow.
20 apartments a week. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Look
ma'am.
at that.
20 apartments a week.
And you know what? The success of it is like you went and helped change other people's lives in the midst of it because you gave them a place to go and work and get money.
Absolutely. And, like I told Daryl, we was a small company. So, when you're a small company, you got to start off and you're trying to build your wealth up. So we actually started out paying the guys $10 an hour. And I told Daryl, due to the fact these guys came out of prison, they were just making $18 a month. They will be happy for this $10 an hour. So it was just like a great combination, a great connection. But, some of the guys was real like short-lived with us. They might have been on the streets and then getting back to some of the vices that led them to prison. So we was going down there. We had a revolving door. The case managers down there loved us. And, they liked us to come down there and tell our story. Our story is a story of redemption, a story of motivation. We telling guys that, we've been through the hard times in life. I'm not a guy that just went to college and I'm reading from a book telling you what it might be like. I actually went through these things myself.
Yeah.
So experience is the best teacher. So when guys conversating with me, I'm telling them, look, man, I've been there before. I know where you're coming from with that, but it's still another way. So that's the message that we want to get out here to people.
Now, I want to kind of dig a little deeper because we know there's another way, and a lot of people struggle with that. Like, I know there's another way, but how do I find it? Was it you two finding, your brothers like coming together, working together to figure out this is what we wanted to do? Or how did you really get going in this lane?
And that's a great question. There's some things with life that maybe you can't really explain. I'm gonna say this: when we was cleaning the buildings, I'm not a night person, so girl might call me, and I'm like, oh man, it's time to go clean these. I'm mad. I'm upset. So I hated it. I mean, I hated it, but it was something I had to do in order to make some money to try to feed my family. But when we started to do the renovations, this was something that my brother had experience in. I just started this in 2017, so I had a lot of learning to do. But
Yes.
I was intrigued by it. I was intrigued when I could take my children to a job and they look at how some was before, and then a couple months later, they like, wow, daddy, you did this now. Or when I'm riding past the house that we fixed up and I see kids playing out in the yard and knowing the transition that I, gave that house. So I end up falling in love with this. I thought I would be the kind of guy that would dress nice every day, whether it was a blazer on some slacks and all that. But I'm like, I end up, being a guy that walk around dirty because I get my hands dirty too. I mean, I handle the books, the CFO, that's my title. But I go in there and do things that I can do, which might be, helping the guys with, trash on the ground. Let me help them because I'm like, that's one less person that I could, pay. So I developed I developed a love for it. Like every morning I wake up 5:30, I don't even need an alarm because I'm looking so forward to the things that we're working on. My brother, he has
Yes.
a lot of ideas. I don't have them ideas, but I'm good at once the task had been set, I'm gonna hold the contractors, whoever we got working for us, I'm gonna hold them to that, and I'm gonna be on their heels, making sure they do what they come to do. So
It,
it wasn't nothing that I seen before I got into it, but once I got into it, I fell in love with it.
it sounds like Daryl kind of pulled you over there.
Yeah, and he know a lot. And we had a conversation today about that. I said, bro, I'm still learning when it comes to the thing about construction. But
Yeah.
and I'm one of them people, when I don't know something, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna listen. But guess what? If I know it, if I know what I'm talking about, are you gonna hear a mouthful from me? Because I know this. And I told him with the construction, I'm still learning. Don't get me wrong, I know came a long way, even for us, some of the guys that, it was a lot of guys, say Drico or RWB, Danny. It's a lot of guys that we was able to, guy named Big Business who we bring into town. But it was a lot of guys we was able to reach out to, and they was able to school us. And some of my terminology before, I might have called something up on the roof that one part. I'm like, no, it's a soffit. So it's certain things that I've been learning because I'm interested in it. And I see
Right.
this is a way to take me away from where I was raised at.
Yes, yes, there is another way. So do you all help other people flip, or how does the business work?
Yes, ma'am. So we can be contacted. Now, we don't like to do full renovations anymore because we learned there's really not a lot of money tied up in a full renovation. We might be on a project for, say, in the beginning, we might be on a project for 6 months. And when the smoke cleared, we might have walked away with, 10, 15,000. So that's not a lot of money to profit when you're talking about being on the job for 6 months. So now we do more like, say, like a kitchen. Somebody want to get a kitchen done. Somebody want to get a bathroom done. We do things like that. With some of the money that we made, we ended up buying some investment properties ourselves. We found houses for the low, might have been like 10,000 here, 12,000 there. We let them sit, work on them a little bit at a time. Like if you didn't hire me to fix your house, okay, guys, we got time to go over here and work on our property for a month. So we started to make the transition like, well, that's where the money at. We need to try to build residual income that's coming in monthly. So we
Yes.
start finding our own properties. We usually went through like a lot of wholesalers because the real estate market it's been real hot right now. So prices are up. So we went through a lot of middleman classes. We went through a lot of middlemen to buy the properties that we got. But we want to get into, say, like teaching some of the youth. It's a quote that Frederick Douglass said I read it years ago, and he said, "It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men." So I look at it like if we can get some of these youth, that's something we want to start to focus on. We want to get some of these youth and show them another way. Because some of the things that we glorify coming up, those are the same things that can land you in prison and, or graveyard, worse, the graveyard. So we want to try to tell the youth, make this be cool again. You know what I'm saying? Like having a job, having a trade, things like that.
A trade is where the money is.
Yes,
I've heard
ma'am.
so many people say that, the plumbers, they get in the bag. The electricians, they get in the bag. The people in
Absolutely.
technology, they get in the bag. There's so many
Absolutely.
other ways to have all that jewelry that the rappers in them have, and you can still have those cars, but it's a different way and you can work hard for it. So this is so amazing. So if somebody is listening and they got a boy in the car or a girl in the car and she's interested, she's always trying to put things together, how do they go about connecting with you and signing up?
I say hit us up. We be on Instagram real heavy. Right here, I don't know if y'all can see it on my shirt, but you can follow me at 30 Day Flip Brothers. We also got a page, it's APR 30 Day Flip Brothers. And just contact us, like I say, DM message. I always get back to people. My followers are starting to rise. We got a real story to tell. We got a conference coming up called the Building Wealth Conference. It's August the 12th. So anybody that can come out for that, it's going to be, excuse me, it's August the 14th. Anybody that can come out to that conference. We bringing some speakers in from out of town, some guys who know about Turo, Airbnb. What else we gonna talk about? Obviously, real estate, wholesaling houses and things like that. So this is gonna be our coming out party in Cincinnati. Big event coming up.
I like it. So if somebody basically is interested in, having an Airbnb, doing real estate or flipping houses, this event is for them to come out and get that information.
Absolutely, they can get the information with that, but we also gonna have somebody on there talking about credit because you can have a salon or you can have whatever. It don't have to be in the construction field, but the construction right now it's a hot market. It's a seller's market. You got some aunties that got their grandma house and just sitting there, and you might not know you got a bankroll sitting over there that you ain't doing nothing with. So it's gonna be some things that we're gonna be able to tell just the average person is ways that they can make money that they mind might not even click and let them know that they can make money. So just coming out for that experience, networking, building bridges. If you might not be ready for this right now, but it might be a year or two from now. You're like, you know what? I came across somebody that was talking about that. So it's definitely anytime you can get around people doing positive things in a way you can change your life for the better. When we're talking about grossing more money or something like that, I think whoever interested in that need to be there.
Period. There's so many ways to make money. And, this is the year of money, right? So come out again, Building Wealth Conference, August the 14th. Come on down. Is there a price for this?
Yes, we got the ticket link in the bio. I think we got it's gonna be they got a VIP section. Our office manager, our business manager, she do more than just just the office now. She kind of controls everything. But we got the link in the bio. I'm not quite for sure what the ticket price is, and I don't want to quote nothing to be held to it. But I think there's gonna be about 150 somewhere around in there. But we got a lot of information coming out, and I've been going heavy on Instagram, on Facebook, telling people, we'll pay a lot of money to go to a concert, stand in line, VIP, they go in there, pop bottles and all that. So I say, when we gonna get to the point where you're gonna start to invest in yourself? Me and my brother, our whole team, we took our whole team to different cities, Houston, Miami, going to some of these conferences, meeting some guys, networking with them. Now we bringing them guys to Cincinnati. Like I said, we had to get the road to go out and get some of the game we got. But once we got the game, we felt it was good enough. We starting to make them type of moves. So we said we're gonna bring it back to the city because we want to be a pillar in the community and show others how to get money like us.
That's what it's all about. When you learn, you got to teach.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
going to
Yes,
learn
ma'am.
some more. You keep bringing people along. That's what it's all about. What time is the event on August 14th?
Each one teach one. The event start. It's gonna be at 10. I think it's going from 10 to 5 or 6. They got some COVID restrictions that they still, had to talk to somebody on their board to let us know like exactly what time because they had like some hours. So we trying to work out the details, but that's the hours we're gonna try to be from 10 to 6.
So wear your mask. Again, we want to make sure you come back and practice social distancing, but you will be able to network and ask questions. You will be able to learn about real estate, flipping houses. How do you start your Airbnb? How do you get your credit right? What do you need your credit to be before you buy a house? All these questions you keep asking yourself. This is the sign of God today. We want you to make sure you head on over to 30 Day Flip Brothers. It's on Instagram. Make sure you get connected. Click the link in bio so you can get all the information about the event. Tell somebody about it. You've been thinking about
Absolutely.
getting a house. This is the perfect time to figure out, do you need to buy a house that's already built, or do you need to buy a house that you can flip? Again, because the
Absolutely.
30 Day Flip Brothers, they do this in their sleep, and they're here to spread the game, and share it with you, but it's not going to be free. So make sure you slide in those, the bio, the profile, slide in there, click the link, so that way you can figure out how much it all costs and all the different things you're going to learn. And they're going to bring some people in to help spread the message and share with you these gems. So make sure, again, 30 Day Flip Brothers on Instagram. Dwight, thank you for coming in and talking with me. This is so great.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. And I'm gonna tell people this. I know, sometimes there's a fear of the unknown. But if you coming into the field of work, what we do, my brother, like I said, he's a extremely talented decorator. We can walk you from point A to point B till you finish your product. We willing to be on the job, coming by, checking on things. That's another thing we about to launch where we're gonna start the pack. Because some people could be scared. It's a lot of things that people don't know we're dealing with this, but you can check our reviews, check our webpage, check everything about us, and it's gonna come back official. And we're willing to be here and help people to show them this so they can each one can teach one and pass that word along. It's gonna help us grow.
Thank you so much again. I'm so glad you was able to come on and we was able to have this conversation.
Thanks for having me.
This is 1230 The Buzz, your talk station on 101.5, 101.1 The Wiz, and 100.3 Cincy's R&B station. Make sure, again, if you're interested in this information, you want to learn, you're trying to get a house, you're trying to get your credit together, this is going to be an amazing event you don't want to miss. Building Wealth Conference on August the 14th. It starts at 10 a.m. And all you have to do is go to 30 Day Flip Brothers on Instagram for the information. This is Community Conversations. I'll be back with more after these messages.
Y'all know the